Hello everyone, welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy. Friends, in this session, we'll be learning the December 2nd and 3rd week current affairs in detail. So let's see the first current affair. The first current affairs tells you that Gukesh becomes youngest chess champion ever. So let's write down few points with respect to this current affair. Point number 1. Very recently, we have seen World Chess Championship tournament. In that, D. Gukesh has become the youngest chess champion of the world. Chess champion. He won it over China's Ding Liren. Ding Liren is a person from China against whom our D. Gukesh has won this World Chess Championship award, and he has become the youngest ever person to win this award. Okay, he is just 18 years old. Is he the first person to have won this World Chess Championship award from India, my friend? No. He has become the second person from India to have won the World Chess Championship award. The first person to have won the World Chess Championship award from India was Vijayawada Anand. He has won the award multiple times, my friend. He has won the award in the year 2000, 2007, 2008, 2010 and 2012. Almost 5 times he has won this award. Now let's also learn few more points with respect to this World Chess Championship. My friend, World Chess Championship tourney has started in the year 1886 and it has been conducted every year. It is being held under the auspicious agency called Federation for International Chess, which is also named as FIDE. Started in the year 1886, and the first person who have won this World Chess Championship is none other than Wilhelm Steinitz. Okay, it might be hard to pronounce, but Steinitz is a person who have won this award. Many persons over the years have won this award, but most famous people you could mention include Magnus Carlsen, Vishwanath Anand, Gary Kasparov and Bobby Fischer are the few famous people who have won this award. In the last 130 plus years, this was the first time, my friend, where both the competitors in the finals came from Asian continent. That is also one important point. If you want, you can note down. And the cash prize for the person who have won this World Chess Championship is $2.4 million. I'm sorry, 2.5 million. $2.5 million is the cash prize for the person who have won in this World Chess Championship trophy. And this year's sponsor for this is Google. And I would like to ask you one question which you have to put in the comment section, that where did this World Chess Championship tourney was happening? Was it in India or any other country? This World Chess Championship was happening. That is your question. It might also come in your exam. Okay. So who is the youngest World Chess Champion in the world ever, my friends? That is D. Gukesh from India, and he has won over Ding Liren from China. And every other point I have been trying to say it here, that is, in the last 138 years, the first time that the contestants in this World Chess Championship final were both from Asia. The other person was Ding Liren from China. The sponsor for the year is Google. The cash prize is around $2.5 million. Okay, hope you can note down all these points. He's just 18 years old, my friend, and Vishwanath Anand was the first person from India who have won the World Chess Championship award, my friends. It's not D. Gukesh himself, the first person, but he is the youngest person and the youngest teenager who have won this award. He's just 18 years old. The next current affair. The next current affair talks about the European Space Agency's mission to the Venus, that is ENVISION. Very important, my friend, because even India is trying to send a mission to the Venus. Even India is trying to send mission to the Venus, that is mission Shukrayan. We have done in the previous current affairs that India's mission to the Venus, that is mission name is Shukrayan. Mission Shukrayan, the India is planning to send a satellite to the Venus by the year 2028. Recently, we have also seen that Cabinet has even released the budget for this mission called Shukrayan mission. That is very important. So when India is conducting a mission towards the Venus, we have to also see what are the all other countries doing towards their mission to the Venus. In the same line, the European agency is also sending a mission to the Venus. Venus is the second planet in the solar system, my friend. You can write this point. Venus is the second planet in the solar system. It is the brightest planet in the solar system. Brightest planet in the solar system. The unique nature of Venus is, my friend, its rotation takes more time than its revolution. తన చుట్టూ తాను తిరిగే సమయము సూర్యుడి చుట్టూ తిరిగేటటువంటి సమయం కన్నా ఎక్కువ. The rotation of Venus is more than the revolution of Venus. Rotation is greater than revolution. And when all the planets rotate around the sun in an anti-clockwise direction, Venus rotates in the clockwise. Retrograde motion, we call it as retrograde. I would like to ask you one other question. Which is the other planet in the solar system which also has this retrograde motion? That is none other than Uranus is the other planet which also has the same motion called retrograde motion. The next is Venus. The 90% of the Venus planet is covered in carbon dioxide. Every day there is an acid rain happening on the Venus. That is very important. Venus is not habitable in nature, but it is a solid Earth-like looking planet. Sometimes Venus is also called as Earth twin. Almost same size, we'll see the Venus. These are the few important points you have to remember. Now let's come back to the mission Envision. Envision. Tomorrow a simple question will ask you, the Envision mission recently seen in news is related to whom? It is related to European space agencies to study the Venus. The major aim of this Envision initiative, let's see some more points, is to study the atmosphere and also the surface features of the Venus. Let's see. European Space Agency, who is launching this Envision mission? That is European Space Agency. Now, when they are scheduled to be launched? By the year 2031. Whereas India is sending its mission by the year 2028 under the name Mission Shukrayan. So, what is the major agenda of this Envision mission? The major agenda is regarding the geological history and the potential for life. Was there any life? Had there been any life? Or is there any life on the Venus? And what is the geological history of the Venus is the major agenda or the aim of this mission. Next, there are also other missions. Other missions which are taken across by different space agencies around the world towards the Venus. Such initiatives include Davinic I+, that is Da Vinci, or you can also say Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, this mission is also towards the Venus, but this mission is launched by Da Vinci mission is launched by NASA to study the complete composition of atmosphere. So Da Vinci mission is by whom? It is by NASA. It is to study the atmosphere of Venus. Next, Veritas. Veritas is a mission, even this is also by NASA. Now this is focused on mapping the planet's surface. Veritas is for surface mapping. These are the points which you have to remember. Let's revise this European Space Agency's mission Envision. So this mission Envision. This is a mission for Venus. Okay, Venus is the second planet in the solar system and also the brightest planet. Its rotation is greater than revolution. That is, it takes more time to rotate around itself than to rotate around the sun. It is also called as Earth's twin. Envision mission, the major aim is to study the geological features and life on Venus. Its aim is to launch by the year 2031. And one more point, 95% of the Venus atmosphere is carbon dioxide. Next, India is planning to send a mission to Venus by the year 2028 under the name Shukrayaan. Whereas NASA is also planning to send a mission to the Venus by the name Da Vinci, right? Under this Da Vinci, what are they focusing? Under the composition of atmosphere of Venus. Atmosphere, I will write simply. Next is Veritas. This is also a mission of NASA to study the geological features or the planetary features of Venus. This is about Venus and mission to the Venus. This is how you have to be clear about your concepts of all the things which come in your newspaper. Next, recently World Malaria Report is out, my friend. So let's write down few important points about the World Malaria Report. One, that the malaria burden of India has reduced drastically. At what percent did it reduce? Because when you are writing your mains answer, it is necessary that you have to know by what percentage did this malaria reduce in India compared to the previous years. So let's write down few points. One, compared from 2017 to 2023, we were able to reduce the cases by 69%. How much percent did India reduce the malaria cases when compared to 2017, my friend? By 2023, we are able to reduce 69% of the malaria cases in India. How did we reduce this 69% of cases? By National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. What is that? National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. Under this initiative, we are spreading awareness, kits, and also give proper timely treatment so that the burden of death from malaria doesn't happen. Malaria is spread by female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, quinine is the basic medicine given for malaria. Okay, it is taken from a plant, the bark of a plant called cinchona. From a cinchona plant, from the bark we will extract quinine, and quinine is used to treat malaria. Okay, Ronald Ross is a person who discovered malaria parasite, and for this he was given Nobel Prize. He did this research in India in the Hyderabad state under Nizam. Okay, these are the few points you have to remember. Now, according to the recently released World Malaria Report, what is the number of percentage of malaria cases that India was successfully able to reduce compared to the year 2017? When someone asks you, it is 69% of the cases we were able to reduce. In the year 2017, my friend, we had a disease burden of around 6.4 million. From there, we have reduced to 2 million. From 6.4 million to 2 million. And by this reduction, now we have exited the high burden to impact group under which India was placed till today. So from that group we were able to exit. That is what, we are no longer a high burden, high impact country when compared to the statistics. Okay, and the deaths related to malaria have also reduced drastically because of the timely treatment and also the medicines which are provided by the government at free of cost. The deaths attributed to malaria in India fell down from 11,000 to 3,500 during the same period of 2017-2023. That is also very important. Hope you can note it down. Next, let's see in which part of the world do we have most malaria burden. If tomorrow someone asks you, African continent contributes around 95% of the world's malaria cases. In Asia, India has highest burden to the malaria cases. Okay. In Southeast Asia has seen around 82% decrease in the total malaria cases. Southeast Asia, that is our neighborhood countries like Indonesia and all other countries, they have reduced their burden, and most of the countries were also declared malaria free across the world. Today around 44 countries in the world are malaria free. But in Southeast Asia, my friend, Myanmar and Thailand have shown increase in the number of cases with respect to malaria. Very, very important. Okay, next important current affair, my friend, that is Moldova has recently signed the International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement. Very, very important. Moldova is a very small country which is in the Europe. If you see the map of Ukraine, there you will find the Ukraine having border with this country called Moldova. Very, very beautiful country. In Moldova, you will also find an independent region called Transnistria, which is being controlled by Russia. Russian forces are controlling a region in Moldova. So this Moldova country has recently joined the International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance we are discussing very frequently. So this time we will also try to discuss few important points. My friend, International Solar Alliance, the idea was mooted in the year 2015 by Prime Minister Modi and the then Prime Minister of France. Okay, they have both started this initiative called International Solar Alliance to encourage countries to invest in the solar energy so that the energy becomes renewable, clean and green. That's very important. So it was launched in the year 2015 on the sidelines of COP21 in Paris. The headquarters of International Solar Alliance is in Gurgaon, which is in Haryana, or Delhi NCR region, National Capital Region. Gurgaon is the headquarters for International Solar Alliance, and it has international organization status. International organization status from the United Nations also. So if tomorrow someone asks you, that is International Solar Alliance a international organization according to United Nations, then you have to say yes. What is the recent country which has joined the International Solar Alliance? If tomorrow someone asks you, it is Moldova. Where is Moldova? Moldova is located in the Eastern European region, bordering having with Ukraine. You just need to look at your maps very immediately. Now, the aim of this International Solar Alliance is to make countries to invest in the solar energy and also become a carbon neutral countries by themselves. Okay, now, which countries can join International Solar Alliance? Every country who is a member of United Nations, this is one important point, every country, before 2020, it was only countries which are lying in the tropics, Tropic of Capricorn to Tropic of Cancer. But after 2020, every country who is a member of United Nations can become the member in the International Solar Alliance. Very, very important. When did International Solar Alliance form? In the year 2015 on the sidelines of COP21, the Conference of Parties 21 sidelines in Paris. And various initiatives have started by this International Solar Alliance, my friend. Few of such initiatives include scaling solar applications for agriculture uses. That is encouraging solar energy to be employed in the agriculture, like solar pumps, which India is trying to install under a scheme called PM Kusum, Kishan Urja. Okay, very, very important. Now, the other initiatives like ISS Cares, that is using solar energy in medical field, medical or healthcare in the low and middle income countries. Next, program on solarizing the heating and cooling systems. Next, global solar facility. My friends, this global solar facility was launched during COP17. The major aim is to collect the investment towards the solar energy infrastructure development in the regions across Africa. What is the aim of global solar equity facility, my friend? The aim is to collect funds and to provide these funds to the backward regions of Africa so that they get the solar power. So this is about the International Solar Alliance. And which country has recently become the member of International Solar Alliance, my friends? That Moldova has become the country to have joined the International Solar Alliance. Next important current affair is Sarat. What is Sarat, my friend? Search and Rescue Aid Tool. Very, very important. My friends, this is a technology tool which was developed by an organization called Indian National Ocean Research Organization, INCOIS. Let's write down few points about Sarat. Number one, what is Sarat? This is Search and Rescue Aid Tool. Who designed this Sarat, my friend? This Sarat was designed by Indian National Center for Ocean Informatics Systems or Services, INCOIS. Who has designed this Sarat? INCOIS, Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. This INCOIS also gives you warnings with respect to tsunamis also, my friend. It also gives warning with respect to tsunami in India. This INCOIS falls under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So these people have created a device called Search and Rescue Aid Tool. This device, my friends, what it does is, imagine this is a boat. If this boat has capsized or it has rotated upside down, now this boat, because of the winds and because of the waves, is carried by the waves towards certain distance, and few people might be stuck in this ship. Now, in order to rescue these people, I have to able to be predict where exactly this ship will be located after they have sent the distress call. Let's say now accident has occurred, have sent the distress call, but for the rescue team to come to that place, it takes certain time, right? Now, this tool will provide you interactive map. It will provide you map like this. Let's say this is our waves. These are our waves. They are traveling like this. Let's say our boat have failed here. So where will the boat next be? Either here, here or here, somewhere, right? So this interactive tool, when I will say this here my boat has capsized, then I will call and I will say, oh my god, I am at rescue. I will give the emergency signal. Then immediately we will find out with the mappings which are provided by this tool called Sarat. What is this Sarat? Search and Rescue Aid Tool. Search and Rescue Aid Tool called Sarat will provide you the particular location. So this tool was initially launched by INCOIS in the year 2016. This year, in this month, we have started the second version of INCOIS, that is Sarat 2.0. Under Sarat 2.0, we have provided more accurate maps, more accuracy, more clearer interactive images, and also we have included more number of different structures where rescue operations could be performed. So simply you can see what is Sarat Search and Rescue Aid Tool. Who designed this Search and Rescue Aid Tool? INCO is Indian National Center for Ocean Informatics Services or Information Services, which falls under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Okay. So what does Sarat do? It provides you some interactive maps. Here is the process or what work does Sarat do. You can directly read it, and whatever I have explained you, all are here. For example, here there is an accident. After some time, where exactly that object does come. So all such things you will be learning. That is also very, very important. Next important current affair, my friends, that India set up its first diabetic biobank. Very, very important current affair, my friends. Under the guidance of Indian Council for Medical Research, India's first diabetic biobank was established in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. That one point you have to write. Where was India's first diabetic biobank established, my friend? Chennai, Tamil Nadu. What is the importance of this diabetic biobank? That's what is very important. Now, my friends, India is one of the world's largest diabetic prone country. Diabetes, you can divide it into two types, type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Mostly these days you also see diabetes in the children. So all this data which has been collected across India over a period of time, all the blood samples of those diabetic patients will be studied by this biobank, where they will find out few biomarkers. See, they are taking your blood samples, they'll see few biomarkers in your blood to know that what is causing this diabetes in that people, so that you can find out those symptoms very prior and start the treatment so that the person will not be affected by diabetes in the future. So that is the importance of biobank. What is the importance of biobank, my friend? They have the samples collected over a period of time all over India, and it is used to find out a particular biomarker in your blood which will help you to determine which particular biomark is causing that diabetes, so that you can be treated even prior to the diabetes occurs in you. So just write down few points that India's first diabetic biobank was established in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. It was established by Indian Council for Medical Research. Very, very important. Okay. This biobank has samples collected on diabetic type 1 and also diabetic type 2. As I said you, these biobanks will collect your samples and they will find out a particular biomarker, that is certain particular thing in your blood which is causing these diseases, so that your disease can be managed properly in order to make you protected and also safe and healthy. Around 1.2 lakh samples were collected under this initiative, my friend, over a period of 2008 to 2020. Around 33,000 samples from urban and 79,000 samples from rural across all the states of India were collected and were stored in this biobank. So what is the importance of this biobank? So that we can make tailor-made treatment for each and every person accordingly. So very, very important. So tomorrow certainly there will be a question, where was India's first diabetic bioplant was established? It is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Who established it? Indian Council for Medical Research. Next very important initiative, recently central government, the Ministry of Waterways have launched a scheme or initiative called Jal Vahak scheme. Very, very important scheme. So what is this Jal Vahak scheme? My friends, in India we have 100 plus national waterways. We are launching this scheme called Jal Vahak scheme in order to enhance the usage of these national waterways. We are trying to shift the burden on roads and railways onto the inland waterways so that the transport of the cargo, transport of the goods and equipment becomes cheaper and flexible. So this is very, very important current affair, my friend. Let's write down few points about the Jal Vahak initiative. What is this initiative, my friend? This initiative was launched by our Union Minister for Shipping, Ports and Waterways. Under this Jal Vahak scheme, my friend, what we do is, whoever people are interested in investing the inland water transportation vessels, inland water transport vessels, okay, they will be provided incentives. Almost 35% of incentives will be provided. Maximum is 35. In between these incentives will be provided to the people who are investing in this transport vehicle, so that the cargo transport from the road is being shifted to the inland waterways. So what is the incentive which is provided under Jal Vahak scheme? An reimbursement incentive up to 35% on the operation expenses for the cargo on which national waterways, my friend? National Waterway 1, 2 and 16. This is very, very important via the Indo-Bangladesh Protocol. So what are the national waterways covered under the Jal Vahak scheme? National Waterway 1, National Waterway 2 and National Waterway 16 are the waterways which are covered under the Jal Vahak scheme. Under Jal Vahak scheme, what is given? Around 35% of reimbursement on cargo expenses will be given back to the people who are investing in this development of inland water transportation. Okay. Next, some other points also we will see under the Jal Vahak scheme. What are the other initiatives we have taken? Under this initiative, the government aims to transport around 800 million tons of cargo by the year 2027. It has also increased the target to around 200 million tons of cargo to be transported by year 2030 via waterways, okay, and 500 millions by 2047, so that the blue economy of India is supported and we become Atmanirbhar under the national waterways. Let me tell you what are the different national waterways in India. Some few points which you have to write. India has a authority called Inland Waterways Authority of India. This Inland Waterways Authority, my friend, will be managing all the operations with respect to the national waterways. Man, friends, Jal Vahak scheme. This is with respect to National Waterway 1, 2 and 16, right? National Waterway 1, 2 and 16, right? Now you see, let's see what are the important national waterways you have to remember. This is our National Waterway 1. Okay, this is Ganga, Bhagirathi and Hooghly Waterway. This extends from Haldia to Allahabad. Haldia to Allahabad. National Waterway 2, that is this line. Brahmaputra River. On Brahmaputra River, around 891 kilometers. These are two important waterways which you have to remember. One is on Brahmaputra, one is on Ganges. Here you can find National Waterway number 4 on Krishna River and National Waterway number 3, East Coast and Udoga Mandalam Canal. This one, National Waterway 3. National Waterway 4, 3, 1 and 2 are the most important waterways which you have to remember. So this figure you can just pass and write down. So Inland Waterways Authority of India is the authority which looks after the maintenance and movement of cargo and transport in these national waterways. It was established in the year 1986 and it manages around 14,500 kilometers of navigable waterways of India. My friends, in the year 2016, by a small amendment, Government of India has declared around 111 waterways to be the national waterways of India. How many waterways, my friend, in the year 2016 were declared to be national waterways? India has around 111 national waterways. This is one important point. Prior to this, we had only 6 national waterways. In a national waterway 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. One is on Ganga, Brahmaputra and Ganga, Bhagirathi and Hooghly river. This is one of the longest national waterway, and it is the longest national waterway, spreading from Haldia to Allahabad. The second national waterway is Brahmaputra. This is very, very important. You can see from Sadia to Sundarbans it extends. National waterway 4 you will have from Krishna river from Vijayawada to Karnataka, and national waterway 3, that is West Coast Canal or Coromandel or Udagamandalam Canal. Very, very important. So simply tomorrow if someone asks you what is Jal Vahak scheme, Jal Vahak scheme is basically encouraging cargo to be transported on the inland waterway. And what are the incentives the government is providing under Jal Vahak scheme? It is providing around 35% of the operating expenses to the people who have invested in the inland waterway transport. So these are few of the targets about the Jal Vahak scheme, encouraging water transportation. The next important current affair is Slynex, exercise Slynex. The name itself says this is an exercise between Sri Lanka and India. So let's write down few points about this defense exercise, Slynex. So what is this Slynex? It is a bilateral naval exercise. This is an exercise of Navy, bilateral naval exercise. It is an exercise between India and Sri Lanka. Okay. It was held at Eastern Naval Command of India, that is in Visakhapatnam. Where was the recent exercise called Slynex held? India and Sri Lanka. It was held in Visakhapatnam or at Visakhapatnam. This exercise called Slynex, my friend, was held in 2 phases, the harbour phase and also the sea phase. Okay, the first exercise of Slynex was conducted in the year 2005. Okay, 2005. It is a bilateral annual naval exercise. It happens almost every year, once in India and once in Sri Lanka. Okay, from India, my friends, a ship named INS Sumitra has been participating in this exercise called exercise Slynex. Okay, in sea phase, we are exercising or showing the joint preparedness or joint operation of our 2 forces. Guns, communication and artillery equipment were also examined in this exercise. So let's write down the Slynex in simple. Exercise Slynex, India and Sri Lanka, first held in the year 2005. It's an annual exercise. It is a Navy exercise or naval exercise. India, Sri Lanka, 2005. It's an annual exercise. It's a Navy exercise. This year, 2024, this exercise was held in Visakhapatnam. Okay, these are enough, and it was conducted in 2 phases, sea phase and harbour phase. Okay, basically any defense exercise, my friends, it is to improve the bonding between the different defense forces across the world so that they can interoperate among themselves during the real life scenarios. Okay, hope you understood. Next, very important current affair, my friend. Recently, a protective wear has been released with respect to pesticides in India. Let's learn about it. Kisan Kavach. This is India's first anti-pesticide body suit. So what is the name of India's first anti-pesticide bodysuit, my friend? Its name is Kisan Kavach. Okay, this Kisan Kavach has been developed with the support from Department of Biotechnology by BRIC STEM in Bangalore in collaboration with Sepio Health, a private organization. This BRIC falls under your Department of Biotechnology, a Government of India initiative. Government of India along with a private organization called CPO have created India's first anti-pesticide bodysuit. In general, my friend, farmers spray the pesticides on the crop. During this spraying, sometimes this excess pesticide get attached to our skin and it can also form infections and some other complications in the people. In order to protect the farmer and his health, this bodysuit was created. This bodysuit was created with specialized technical textiles. Which got support from National Mission for Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems. National Mission for Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems have supported Department of Biotechnology's BRIC iSTEM initiative to develop this Kisan Kavach. Okay, who developed Kisan Kavach? BRIC, Department of Biotechnology's body, and Sepio Health Private Limited. These two have developed Kisan Kavach. This Kisan Kavach is nothing but India's first anti-pesticide bodysuit. This Kisan Kavach, my friends, at present it is available at rupees 4,000, which is, I feel, is very costly for an average farmer in India. And this Kisan Kavach, my friend, has a lifespan of almost 2 years and it can withstand at least 150 washes. That is, in 2 years it will get spoiled and 150 washes it will get almost spoiled. This is the lifespan of Kisan Kavach. Okay, few more points we will write about the Kisan Kavach. One, as I said it has utilized technical textiles and it also got support from other initiatives of Indian government. See, advanced fabric technology, that is what I said you, technical textiles. It has certain particular nucleophile, that is which attracts or which observes the pesticide which is sprayed around that person so that it does not get in contact with the skin of that person. This is also very, very good. Here I have also provided you a table which shows you that which of the formulations or pesticides have been banned in India. Here I will only try to show you few of the very famous pesticides which are banned in India. One, Endrin. In Telugu movies you might have seen that Vadu Endrin Tagi Chanpadu. Endrin is banned in India. Okay, Endrin is banned in India. Aldrin is also banned in India. Aldrin, Endrin, next. Dieldrin is also banned in India. Endosulfan, one of the most important chemical, very, very harmful chemical. Even this is banned in India. Endrin, diendrin, aldrin, endosulfan are few of the things which are banned in India. You can also see methoxyethyl mercury chloride, that is banned in India. Linden is banned in India. All these 46 chemicals, trichlorophon, even this is banned in India. So around 46 chemicals were banned in India, but still some of them are being utilized illegally, but their selling or usage is harmful for the human. So these are few symptoms which are caused during you are spraying the pesticides onto the crop. So what are the symptoms you get? What are the diseases you might get? Symptoms include severe poisoning symptoms like vomiting, convulsions, neurological disorders, damage to your nerves. Sometimes it might even cause you cancer, reproductive defects or reproductive problems, impairment in metabolism are few of the effects which you see for a person who has been continuously exposed to the pesticides. So let's write the conclusion here. Kisan Kavach. It was developed by BRIC Instem and Septo Private Limited. It has cost price of rupees 4,000 to protect against pesticides. It has a lifespan of 2 years or 150 washes. These are few points which you have to remember. It is India's first anti-pesticide body suit. India's first anti-pesticide body suit. Hope you will remember. Next, India's first analog space mission. Very, very, very important current affair. Recently, my friend, with a module named HAB1, which can also be pronounced as Habitat 1, has been established in Ladakh, in the region of Hanle, that around region of Ladakh, so that our astronauts could simulate space environment in this region and conduct various missions which could be interplanetary missions on the Earth. Hope you are getting confused. Let me clear that confusion. 1. What is this India's first analog space mission? Is nothing but in Ladakh, you will be establishing such labs. This lab resembles that what if tomorrow you are in the Mars? You are on the Mars. So what you will do on the Mars, how you will be able to survive on the Mars, all those simulations will be conducted here. In this small hub, small laboratory, we will be having aquaponics, aeroponics, that is you will be growing some fruits, vegetables, etc. so that to simulate an environment that we are in outer space. So for this region, Ladakh has been chosen. So this mission was launched by ISRO, India's first analog space mission, where it was established in Ladakh. Who launched this mission? ISRO. Okay, this is to simulate what? Extraterrestrial conditions. That is, what if I was in outer space? The same situation you are creating on the Earth, and you are making the astronauts to get prepared. What if you are having the situation in Mars? The same thing, you try to do it and show us. Okay. So this was named as HAB1. It is being established in Leh, Ladakh. Okay, where it was established, my friends? In Leh, Ladakh. So India has also planned for interplanetary missions. One such mission is India plans to send human into the space. We have mission Gaganyaan. If everything goes right, by 2025 or 2026, generally in 2026, we will be sending our first Indian to the space from India. Okay, first Indian was Rakesh Sharma. He has went in another space mission, but first Indian from India, that is launched from India itself, comes in mission Gaganyaan by 2025-26. We are also planning to have our own international space station, our own space station, Antariksha Station, Bharatiya Antariksha Station by 2035. We are also planning to send human onto the moon, that is Indian onto the moon by 2040. With all these missions we have in our space future ideology, it is very important that we are ready to simulate the situations of the space on the Earth so that our astronauts are prepared. Okay, so this is very, very important, my friend. So this HAB1, what is HAB1? HAB1 is India's first analog mission, analog space mission. It was this analog Hab 1 has been established in Leh Ladakh with the support from Human Space Flight Center ISRO along with IIT Bombay and AAKA Space Studio, University of Ladakh and Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council. This all supported this Hab 1 establishment in Ladakh. Okay, here you can see by 2040 you are planning to send a human onto the moon, and by 2035 we are planning to establish our own space station, Bharatiya Antariksha Station. Very, very important. So where was India's first analog space mission was established? Leh Ladakh. Who established it? IIT Bombay, AAK and even ISRO have collaborated to establish this something called Hab 1, which I can also pronounce it as Habitat 1. The next important current affair, my friend, that India has become one of the world's largest exporter of mobile phones. Let's write down few points, 1 or 2 points itself. 1. India became the third largest exporter of mobile phones after USA and China. We are what, my friend? Today India is the third largest exporter of mobile phones. From a long back position of 28th, today we are at the third position. See, in 2019, just 5 years ago, we were 23rd position in the world. But today in 2024, we were able to manufacture most of the cellular phones in India, and we have become the third largest smartphone exporter of the world. And we have also aimed that to export around 70 to 75% of the manufactured smartphones in India to the world. That is, for example, if you are manufacturing 100 phones in India, of these 100 phones, only 25 should be used in India. Rest of the 75 should be able to be sent to other parts of the country. And to make it possible, Government of India have been providing support to this cellular industry by initiative like production link incentives. Production linked incentives were being provided to various smartphone manufacturers so that the manufacturers come and establish their factory in India and also start producing the mobile phones. Very, very important. Okay, around 20,000 crore of rupees were utilized in manufacturing the cell phones in India, and this cell phone manufacturing has also added net employment in India. Okay, so tomorrow if someone asks you, India is the third largest exporter of mobile phones in the world, is it yes or no? You have to immediately say yes, India is the world's third largest exporter of mobile phones. Okay, that one statement. And in 2019, just in 5 years, from the 23rd position in the world, we have risen to the third position, to which we have to contribute this achievement. We have to contribute this achievement to the government, which has introduced the schemes like production linked incentives. That is, if you increase your production, we will increase the incentives, we will give you subsidies, we will reduce your tax. All such initiatives were able to be achieved, and government has put an aim that by 2024-25 that 70 to 75% of the mobile equipment or mobile phones manufactured in India will be export oriented. Next, my friend, India's first sign language TV channel was launched. My friend, sign language is basically a language which is used by people who are dumb or deaf and dumb. Okay, basically deaf people use the sign language in order to communicate because they cannot hear. Once you cannot hear the word, you cannot also speak. People who are dumb also use this sign language communication to speak to the other people. And India, under this initiative, have launched a channel called Channel 31. PM E-Vidya. Under an initiative called PM E-Vidya, the government of India have launched a channel where the students who are studying in the schools, their syllabus will also be taught in sign language. NCERT books will also be taught in the sign language, so that the people with this disability will be able to increase their standards or status in the society. This channel is named as Channel 31. Okay, this is a 24/7 channel, my friends. First 24/7 channel under the initiative of PME Vidya. A sign channel was launched that is called as Channel 31. My friend, Indian sign channel, sign language. What is that? Indian sign language has almost 10,000 plus signs and one of the complex sign languages which makes the communication easier and possible. Very, very important. So tomorrow if someone asks you, Channel 31 recently seen in news is related to, Channel 31 recently seen in news is related to India's first sign language based 24/7 TV channel. This sign language will help you what? It will help the teachers to communicate with the students who have this disability future, who cannot communicate by your mouth. They will be learning all the initiatives like skill development, education and health, etc. So simply remember, what is Channel 31? Channel 31 is related to the India's first sign language channel. The next important current affair, my friends, recently the Ayodhya Ram Mandir has gained a new award in its pocket. Let's see what is that award. Recently, the United Kingdom has awarded the prestigious Ram Mandir of India the Sword of Honor. In general, my friend, this Sword of Honor is given to such constructions which are very safe in nature. For its safety precautions, safe construction, this award is given by UK. What is that? Sword of Honor. So tomorrow someone simply asks you, Sword of Honor is an award recently given to what? It was recently given to the Ram Mandir. Okay? Sword of Honor. For what purpose this Sword of Honor was given? For the commitment in safety management. For the commitment in safety management, the Ram Mandir has been awarded this Sword of Honor. Sword of Honor is by which country? By UK. What is the criteria for a project to be given the Sword of Honor? One important criteria: high safety standards. Excellence in safety management within the construction industry. That is the one important criteria for the construction to be given a high safety standard. This is not the first award for Ram Mandir, my friends. Ram Mandir was also awarded to be having high safety standards. Okay, it also got global trophy in the National Safety Council, golden trophy. Golden trophy in the National Safety Council. So this is not the first award for Ram Mandir. When you want to write few facts about the Ram Mandir, let's write few facts about the Ram Mandir. My friends, Ram Mandir is presently constructed by Larsen and Toubro along with few of the architects and architectural events conducted. Artists like Vasudev Kamath and Sri Sompura and Sri Jai Kaktikar, all these people are working together to develop our Ram Mandir. We are using Bansi Parpur stone from Rajasthan to make our Ram Mandir. The gates of Ram Mandir were taken from Hyderabad, Telangana. That is also one important point you have to remember. Next, very, very important current affair, my friends, travel and tourism index. Okay, recently India ranked, when compared to the last few years, India ranked very less. That is a better rank in travel and tourism index. Whenever you are studying indices, you have to note down few points that which organization will give this index. Travel and tourism index, my friends, is given by World Economic Forum. Let's write few points about this. Recently, India has ranked World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Index. India was ranked 39th in World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Index. Here you can see India was ranked 39th in Travel and Tourism Index out of 119 countries. Out of 119 countries, India was ranked 39th in Travel and Tourism Index. Very, very important. In 2021, the rank of India was around 54. From there, we were reduced to 39th. Okay, after 2021, the criteria changed. When criteria changed, our rank went down to 38. That is a better rank. Okay, this Travel and Tourism Index, who gives Travel and Tourism Index? World Economic Forum. What is the rank of this year's Travel and Tourism Index for India? 39th out of 119 countries. Now, how is this rank being given? This rank is based on lot of criteria, include 5 dimensions, 17 pillars, and 102 different indicators are used to give this rank. There are a lot of indicators, but if you reduce this into 5 dimensions, this include enabling environment. That is, do you have proper business environment for travel and tourism in India? Such things. Next, T&T policy, that is travel and tourism policy of the country, and enabling countries or conditions. What are the conditions you are making? Is it online based? Is it offline based? What precautions you have taken? What incentives you are giving to encourage this travel and tourism index? Infrastructure and services. How better your infrastructure is? Like how better your roads are? How better your railways are? Next, travel and tourism resources. How resourceful your people are? Are they skilled to handle the travel and tourism? Next, travel and tourism sustainability. How clean your travel and tourism is. Are you using petrol based, diesel based, or electrical vehicles or hydrogen based vehicles? Such things are to be taken care. What are those? Travel and tourism enhancing conditions, enabling conditions, and enabling environment, infrastructure services, travel and tourism resources, and travel and tourism sustainability are the 5 important dimensions under which the travel and tourism index rank is given. So before going for the next current affair, let's conclude travel and tourism index. Travel tourism index given by World Economic Forum. This year India's rank is 39th out of 119. In 2021 rank was around 58. This got reduced to 38 because of change in methodology. Change in methodology. Travel and tourism index uses around 5 dimensions, 17 pillars, and around 105 plus subcategories. 5 dimensions we can divide it into enabling environment, travel and tourism sustainability, travel and tourism policy and enabling conditions, infrastructure and resources are 5 important dimensions to rank a country in travel and tourism index. Next, very important current affair. Champions of Earth Award. Very important, my friend. This Champions of Earth Award is considered as Nobel Prize for Conservation of Environment. In the year 2005, my friends, in the year 2005, United Nations Environment Program have launched an award called Champions of Earth Award. This is like Nobel Prize for Environment. The people who are struggling to conserve this delicate environment are being given an award called Champions of Earth Award by United Nations Environment Program. This year, my friends, around 6 people were awarded this award called Champions of Earth Award, and there was one Indian in this award, that is Gadgil ji. Okay, Madhav Gadgil Committee on Western Ghats or Environment of Western Ghats is a very famous committee with respect to conservation, preservation of biodiversity in the Western Ghats region. So such same person has been awarded the Champions of Earth Award. Let's write few points. Number 1, who gives this Champions of Earth Awards? This was established in the year 2005 by United Nations Environment Program. First point. When it was established 2005, who gives it? United Nations Environment Program. This is the highest honor in the field of environment. In the field of environment. My friends, this award is not just given to an individual. This award is also given to the organizations, not just to a person. Even organizations are given this award for their innovative solutions and sustainable solutions for protection of environment. Okay, around 5 to 6 different categories, the awards are given. These people, such great people, they transform our economies, innovate, lead political change, and fight environmental injustice and defend our natural resources from depletion. This is one important point you have to note down. These are the categories under which the award is given, Champions of Earth Award. Around 4 categories are there. Write down what are those 4 categories. Policy leadership, a person who is driving the government to make a new policy for its protection. Madhav Gadgilji falls under this. Okay, next, inspiration and action. If a person by himself takes an action to protect the environment, that is called inspirational action. Okay, next, entrepreneurial vision. Next, science and innovation. These are the 4 categories: science, innovation, entrepreneurial vision, political leadership, and inspiration and action are the 4 categories under which you are given Champions of Earth Award. So who gives Champions of Earth Award? Started in 2005, given by United Nations Environment Program. It is given for both individuals and also it is also given to whom? Organizations. Okay, this year how many people have got? 6 people. How many categories we are giving? 4 categories. Who is one among them? An Indian person? Gadgilji. What did Gadgilji do? Protection and conservation of Western Ghats, a continuous mountain ranges in India. In which coast? On its west coast. So these are the other people who have got. Gadgilji, he has received Lifetime Achievement Award. He is an environmentalist. His work on Western Ghats and protection of its biodiversity is very, very important. Next is Sonia Guajaras. Okay, she is a Brazilian minister who has been struggling for the welfare of indigenous people. She has also got under the policy category. Next, Amy Brose. She has also got this award for her conservation work. Kalmat River. Next, Gabrielle Pon, environmental activist. She is also an environmental activist. Next, Luki, he made a scientific innovation in order to protect the environment. Next, Sikkim, this is a sustainable farming technique. They also got this award. Who are all the 6 people? Sikkim Sustainable Farming, Lee Q Scientific Contribution, Gabrielle Pons Environmental Activism, Amy Broller Cordalis Advocacy, Madhav Gadgil's Recognition, and Sonia Guja's Leadership are the 6 people who have received this award called Champions of Earth Award. Next important current affair, my friends, INS Nirdeshak. This is India's second survey vessel or survey patrolling vessel. Okay, this is used for surveying in the sea, my friend. So tomorrow a simple question will come. INS Nirdeshak is what? Is it a defense ship? Is it a survey vessel? Is it a patrolling vessel? Or is it a frigate? Something like that. So INS Nirdeshak, my friend, is a state-of-the-art survey vessel. It was launched in Visakhapatnam. Where it was launched, my friend? It was launched in Visakhapatnam. Very, very important. Visakhapatnam Naval Dockyard have launched INS Nirdeshak. This is INS Nirdeshak. This is a survey vessel. It is India's second survey vessel. Okay. It is India's second survey vessel. Large size survey vessel. Very, very important. It does navigation, hydrographic surveys and maritime safety surveys by using modern technologies like multi-beam echo, autonomous under vehicles, etc. Okay, India has planned to develop survey vessels, around 6 survey vessels. They are called as to replace the old days Sadhak Sandhyaka class. This is an old class of survey vessels. So we are developing a new survey vessels. These include Ikshak, Sansayodak, Nirdeshak, Sandhyak. These are the 4 survey vessels which are under construction. Of these, Sandhyak and Nirdeshak are launched. Ikshak and Sansayodak were not launched. So tomorrow, if you see Sansayodak and Ikshak, what are those Sansayodak and Ikshak? They are India's survey vessels. This survey vessel, my friend, INS Nirdeshak, has around 80% of indigenous content in it. That is, of the total ship, only 20% we have borrowed from other countries, and rest of the 80% components are manufactured in India to encourage Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India initiative. This vessel also contains or improves the India's status in the Indian Ocean region, and also improves India's stature along the coastline of India and other countries. It also helps India to tackle the China. India to tackle what? China. Very important. Next important current affair, my friend, is India's optimal site for quantum communication. Recently, my friend, the Raman Research Institute people have been studying various locations in India to show that which location is suitable for quantum communication. Quantum communication is based on qubits. Basically, communication happens in zeros and ones. But qubit is a unique phenomena where 0 and 1 are superimposed on a single object or a bit. Okay, this quantum communication is helpful in transmitting for longer distance and also for secured transmission. That is, it cannot be tampered. It cannot be tampered. When such quantum communication has been tested all across India, it was found that Hanle in Ladakh is best suitable place for quantum communication. So tomorrow simply they will ask you a question, which site in India is best suitable for quantum communication? It is Hanle. Okay, one important current affair, please try to note down, it is Hanle. Next very important current affair. This will certainly be replicable in your economics mains and also in prelims. India has become, my friend, the first country in the world to give the definition for green steel. What is that? India became the first country in the world to define what exactly constitutes green steel, my friends. So recently India gave a definition that if you are emitting 2.2 tons of carbon equivalent per ton of production, then it is considered as a green steel. Very important. What is that? What is the definition of green steel in India? That is, if you emit 2.2 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent, CO2 equivalent per 1 ton of steel produced, then that is termed as green steel. India did not just stop by giving this definition what constitutes green steel. It has also categorized this green steel into 5 categories. Let's see what are those 5 categories. So just write down what is the definition of green steel. If you are emitting 2.2 tons of carbon dioxide for the production of 1 ton of steel, then it is termed as green steel. The government also gave star rating system to evaluate different types of green steel. Let's see that star ratings. This star rating ranges from 1.6 tons of carbon dioxide emitted for 1 ton of steel produced to 2.2 tons. Let's see. If you are producing just below 1.6 ton, your star rating will be 5. Like you have star rating for your electricity appliances, right? Similarly, tomorrow if you are going to buy steel, that steel will also have star rating. If you are buying 5-star rating, that means you are friendly to environment. So 5-star rating is given to those steels which produced by only emitting 1.6 tons of carbon dioxide, whereas 4 stars to 1.6 to 2, 2 to 2.2 for 3 stars, and 2.2 tons and above you will be given exactly green steels, which will not qualify as green steel. If it exceeds 2.2 tons, it is not classified as green steel. 3 star, 4 star and 5 star. 5 star is 1.6, 2 star is 4 star is 1.6 to 2.0, 2.0 to 2.2 is 3 star. This is very, very important. Currently, my friend, in India, for the production of 1 ton of steel, we are emitting 2.6 tons of carbon dioxide. So we are still not a green steel country, and government is encouraging this green steel industry so that we are going to become more and more green. Okay, around 10,000 crore or 15,000 crore of rupees has been launched or released by the government in order to make our steel industry green. Very, very important. And government has also said that around our total steel consumption, see, government has a lot of PSUs, right? In that we consume a lot of steel. In that steel, 37% of the total public procurement will be taken from the 5-star rating of steel, and addition 30% of directly will be from green steel option. That is around 67% of all the steel that government will be using will be procured from green steel only. This is what government was saying. So tomorrow if someone asks you what is the definition of green steel in India, if it produces 2.2 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent, okay, if it produces 2.2 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent for 1 ton of production, it is green steel. 5-star means 1.6 tons, less than or equal to 1.6 tons. 4 stars is 1.6 tons to 2.0 tons. 3 star is 2.0 to 2.2 tons. Okay, this is what you have to remember. Next, very important current affair, my friend, exercise desert night. My friends, exercise desert night is a trilateral exercise. That is, 3 countries have participated in this exercise desert night, and this is an Air Force exercise. This exercise was conducted on the Arabian Sea. Very, very important. Let's see. Exercise desert night. This is a trilateral air combat exercise. What are the countries which participated? India, France and UAE, United Arab Emirates, Dubai for simple. So what are the 3 countries which participated in the exercise desert night? Very important. India plus France plus UAE. Where it was conducted? In Arabian Sea. On Arabian Sea region, we have conducted this defense exercise called desert night. Very, very good, important. Okay, this is a 3-day event. We have conducted this exercise very near to the Karachi, the Pakistan's capital. Okay, very, very important. Rafale jets from France and all other jets from different countries have participated in this exercise. Very, very important. What is the major objective of this exercise? To show the interoperability and also improve the bond harmony among the different forces, basically air forces, to show our strength in the Indian Ocean region, and also to tackle or lead the Gulf and Indo-Pacific region, and to secure ourselves from the China and its policies. And this exercise desert night, my friends, this was started in the year 2022. When it was started, my friend? 2022. Very, very important. Okay, exercise desert night. What are the countries which are in the exercise desert night? France, India, UAE, happening in Arabian Sea. This is an Air Force exercise. Started in the year 2022. Very, very important. Exercise Desert Night. Next, very, very, very important current affair, that is Bima Sakhi Yojana. Bima Sakhi Yojana. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji have launched a scheme called Bima Sakhi scheme at Haryana. Okay, what is this Bima Sakhi? Under this Bima Sakhi initiative, my friend, in the coming 2 to 3 years, we are going to educate around 2 lakh women who have passed class 10th in financial literacy and insurance. These women who will be trained in financial literacy, that is how to save money, how finances will work. These women who have been trained in financial literacy and insurance programs will also be working as agents, and they will also gain commission and also stipend for coming 3 years. So let's write few points. Now, Bima Sakhi Yojana. Women aged from 18 years to 70 years. From 18 to 70 years of women who have passed class 10th are eligible to join this initiative. Under this initiative, what happens? All these women from 18 to 70 years who join this scheme will be given training of knowledge with respect to insurance and also financial literacy. These women will not be left alone. They will be given stipend, or simply you can call salary, for monthly basis every year. Okay, initially they will get a stipend of 7,000 per month on first year, next 6,000 per month in the second year, and in the third year they will get a stipend of 5,000 per month. So for 3 years they will be given stipend. First year 7,000 per month, second year 6,000 per month, third year 5,000 per month. These are the stipends. Why you are giving stipend? Because these people will also be involved in spreading the knowledge of financial literacy and insurance among the public, so that there is more saving and also there is more number of insurance subscribers. Okay, under this initiative, it's not just stipend which the women are gaining from, but they will also gain commission if they are making people to join into various insurance schemes of life insurance corporation, because LIC will be the nodal agency to implement this scheme. Okay, life insurance corporation is what? The nodal agency to implement this scheme. Under this scheme, you can get a commission up to 48,000 rupees, excluding your bonus for the first year itself. Okay, so the government is now planning to at least deploy around 2 lakh women as Bima Sakhis. As Bima Sakhis in a coming 3 years of period. They will also serve as LIC agents. They will get salary, that is in the stipend, so that you can get. One condition the government has put, that the women who are going to become Bima Sakhi should not be a relative of a person who is employed in life insurance corporation or in any way related to that person. Okay, Bima Sakhi. Let's write Bima Sakhi once. Bima Sakhi. Launched by PM Modi, Panipat in Haryana. Aim is to deploy around 2 lakh women. Okay, deploy how many women? 2 lakh women in coming 3 years with financial literacy, and the next thing is insurance. The nodal agency to implement this is Life Insurance Corporation of India. Under this, women who have joined should be from 18 to 70 years. They will be given a stipend of 7,000 per month, 6,000 per month and 5,000 per month in first year, second year and third year. Apart from that, they will also be given commission in the first year, which is around 48,000 commission apart from the bonus. So what is happening here? Because of this initiative, women are having or gaining additional employment. That is very, very important. Next, my friend, recently a temple has been restored, and that restoration of temple has achieved an award from UNESCO. Let's see what is that temple. Recently, Sahaneshwara temple, if I am pronouncing wrong, I am sorry. Sahaneshwara temple has achieved the UNESCO's award for heritage restoration. This temple, Sahaneshwara temple, is located in Tamil Nadu, which was constructed by Cholas around 1300 AD. Okay, it is located in Tanjavuru. UNESCO award for its exceptional conservation was provided to this temple. So simply remember, recently which temple was awarded the UNESCO award for restoration of temple, that is none other than Sayaneshwara temple of Tamil Nadu in Tanjavuru, which was built by Cholas, especially the Kulothunga and Vikrama Chola. Kulothunga Chola and Vikrama Chola, very, very important. Next, recently India has achieved a total fertility rate of 2, TFR. What is this total fertility rate? Total fertility rate is the number of children a woman can bear during her childbearing age. Okay, that is, woman can bear a child in certain age only, right? During that childbearing age, how many children that woman can have? That is, in India, on an average, a woman can have only 2 children. Okay, a total fertility rate of 2.1 is called replacement rate. What is this replacement rate mean? The replacement rate means the number of people who are dying will be immediately replaced by number of people who are taking birth. This proper balance of people dying and people adding will be managed only when if each woman is giving birth to 2.1 children. TFR 2.1 is called as what? Replacement rate. Now write down what is TFR. Total fertility rate is the number of children a woman can have during her childbearing age. Okay, that is what TFR. In general, women can bear child from age 15 to 49. Between that years, they can have 2 children in an average. So this achievement of India having a total fertility rate of 2 is great. This has been possible because of various initiatives like National Family Planning Program and National Health Policy and also National Population Policy. National Population Policy, my friend, of 2000 have put a target to achieve total fertility rate of 2.0 and this was achieved. And even the National Health Policy of 2017 also asked to reduce the fertility rate to 2.1. Very, very important. Okay, what does TFR reflect? TFR how your demographics are going to change. If your birth rate is low, if your total fertility rate is low, that means you are giving less number of children to be born. What happened? The old age population will increase. So this TFR will be helping you to understand the demographics of a particular country. TFR of 2.1 is considered as what, my friend? A replacement rate, where dead people will be replaced by newborn people without happening much of change in the demographics. Next, my friend, recently Indian Coast Guard and Vietnamese Coast Guard have conducted few drills. The major agenda of drills is interoperability and also environmental and pollution control in the sea. One important point I would like to tell you, my friend, with respect to environmental pollution, especially oil spill, the nodal agency to handle these oil spills, whenever oil bunker breaks and oil is spilled all over the ocean, the nodal agency to look after this oil spill is Indian Coast Guard, ICG. Okay, so that's why under this drill, such environmental pollution objectives were also added. So recently, which two Coast Guards have conducted an exercise? My friends, it is Coast Guard of India and Vietnam. This exercise was conducted in Kochi, in Arabian Sea. Very important. Okay. Basically, this exercise was aimed at search and rescue operation. Like for example, if fishermen were lost in the ocean, in order to protect them, such search and rescue exercises were conducted under this Indian Coast Guard. Under this initiative, my friend, like Vietnam and Indian Coast Guard initiative, a small exercise was conducted, sea exercise called Exercise Sahayog Hop Tack. Exercise Sahayog Hop Tack. They'll ask you Exercise Sahayog, recently seen in news, is related to Indian Coast Guard and Coast Guard of Vietnam, who have done maritime security exercise along with pollution response demonstration. This exercise was conducted. Okay, very, very important. Under this exercise, we have also conducted exercises like anti-narcotic exercise, interoperability exercises, joint training exercises were also conducted. So simply remember, Exercise Sahayog Hop Tack is related to exercise between Vietnam and India's Coast Guard conducted in Kochi. Very, very important. Next, very recently, the great tabla maestro Zakir Hussain, Ustad Zakir Hussain ji have died. Let's learn about Ustad Zakir Hussain ji. Ustad Zakir Hussain ji, my friends, he is a Grammy Award winner. He is the only Indian to get 3 Grammy Awards in a go. In one single event, in last year in 2023 itself, he has got 3 Grammy Awards for its contribution to Shakti Fusion music initiative. Zakir Hussain ji, he died of idiopathic pulmonary, which is related to his lungs. He is also a Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and Padma Shri awardee from India. One important point, his father was also one of the great tabla player. He has contributed much for India's traditional music. Let's write few points about Ustad Zakir Hussain. Number 1, he is related to tabla. His father is Ustad Allah Rakha. He was trained in Punjabi Gharna. He was trained in Punjabi Gharna. He was internationally applauded. Okay. He has won Padma Shri in 1988, Padma Bhushan in 2002, Padma Vibhushan just last year in 2023. Apart from that, he is also a Sangeet Natak Academy Award winner. Okay, he is also a Sangeet Natak Academy's fellowship member. Only 40 people till today have got such a great achievement, Sangeet Natak Academy fellowship, which is a lifetime honor award. Only 40 artists in India have got. One such artist is Zakir Hussain. Even United States of America have given him an award called National Heritage Fellowship Award. Very, very important. He has collaborated with mixture of jazz and all other music. He is recognized as a person who have taken the ancient tabla to the modern era. In 66th Grammy Awards, he has won around 3 trophies. He has become the first Indian person who have won 3 Grammy Awards in a go. Very, very important. Okay, almost he has around 5 Grammy Awards till today. So who is the first Indian to get 3 Grammy Awards in a row? It is Zakir Hussain. Zakir Hussain, is he a Sangeet Academy awardee? Yes. Is he Sangeet Natak Academy fellowship person, which is only given to the 40 people across India till today? Yes. Did he win Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan? Yes. Did he get America's Civilian Award? Yes. He has also got all such great awards. Okay. Is he the only Indian to have 3 Grammy Awards in one single stage? Yes. All these are true with respect to Zakir Hussain ji. The next important current affair, my friend, recently India and France have collaborated to establish a new national museum. Simply remember which 2 countries have collaborated recently to launch a national museum? India and France. Okay. Next, Uttar Pradesh have become the first country or first state in the country who have implemented or using the government e-marketplace at optimum level. Very, very important. Okay, let's learn about government e-marketplace. Basically, my friend, GEM, government e-marketplace. This is a platform where government buys its equipment. Like government buys a lot of equipment, right? Computers it buys steel for its projects and etc. on the government projects. So in order to make this government projects transparent to the public and rates to be available to everyone transparently, this platform was launched in the year 2016. From then, this platform has been used by various governments across India for public procurement purpose. Say it rice, say it goods, say it steel, say it brick, mortar, whatever it is which are utilized for public services, they are all being using this tool called government e-marketplace. So tomorrow if someone asks you what is government e-marketplace, my friend, government e-marketplace is a platform where government will be procuring all its necessary goods and items in a transparent manner. Did you understand? So in order to reduce corruption during tendering and all that, government e-marketplace was established in the year 2016. Today we are having various new versions of government e-marketplace. Write down when was government e-marketplace launched? In August 16. Under which ministry government e-marketplace exists? It exists in Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Very, very important. We are going with a government e-marketplace 3.0. Under this government e-marketplace, various departments of government of India will be procuring their necessity goods. Okay. Why you are using government e-marketplace? For transparency. Okay. So that's why we have to discuss about government e-marketplace. Next important current affair, my friend, is with respect to India Skills Report 2025. This is very, very important report, my friend. What is this India Skills Report? Who gives this report? What is the important information given in this report are to be noted. India Skills Report is launched or given by Confederation of Indian Industry CII along with AICTE, All India Technical Education and VBox, AICTE and Confederation of Indian Industry. This India Skills Report will give you a clear data that what percentage of our graduates, say it engineers, say it MBAs, are eligible to be employed or they have enough skills that they get employment. Very, very important. Okay, around 6.5 lakh candidates participated in the employability test, global employability test, and based on this data, we have reported this India Skills Report. Very, very important. Who gives this? Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, All India AICTE, All Indian Council for Technical Education, along with VBox. Okay, an independent organization. Let's see more about the data. The key highlights of this report include just around 50.5% of people, 55% of people from graduation are eligible for employment. This is one important, which have improved. Previously, it was only 51.2%. From there, we have improved to 55%. The global employability of Indian graduate has increased from 51.2 to 55%. Whereas the management graduates, that is MBA graduates, 78% have the highest global employability, followed by engineering students of 71.5, MCA students of 71, and science graduates of 58%. What does it say? That out of 100 people, my friend, around 78 MBA graduates will be placed somewhere in the world. I am talking about Indians. Okay, 78% of Indian MBA graduates will get a job. 58% of science students will get a job. Top place MBA students, pakka job. Second place are engineering students. Third place are MCA students. Fourth place are your science graduates. States like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Delhi are the major hubs for employable talent because these states are investing more in skill. Especially these states have their skill centers, like Maharashtra have Pune, Karnataka have Bengaluru, and Delhi is always leading. Okay, so these are the states. Which are the top 3 states in employability? Maharashtra, Delhi and Karnataka. When you look at the gender wise analysis of this report, around in gender only 53.5% of the gender who are educated or graduates are eligible to be employed. This has also improved. Even in gender, from 51.8 to 53.5, we have improved. Okay, women employability rate has also reduced. This is one important point you have to write, that in men the employability rate improved. In women, the employability rate declined. Women were not able to get proper jobs. Before, 50% of women used to get job, but now only 47.5% of women are able to get job. Okay. It is very important. The report has also said that vocational training was necessary for us to improve our skill and to sustain in an era of artificial intelligence and cyber security. So let's write India Skills Report. This is given by who, my friend? AICTE along with Confederation of Indian Industry and also VBox. This said women employability reduced, male improved, 78% probability for MBA, 71% probability for engineering in global employment, and around 71% for MCA, and least is 58% for science. In women it is just 47.5. In men it improved to 53% of men are employable in India. Top centers for employment are Maharashtra, Next is Karnataka and Delhi. These are the few points which you have to remember with respect to India Skills Report. Hope you will find them and utilize them in writing your answers beautifully. Next, India has surpassed $1 trillion mark in the last 24 years in attracting the foreign direct investments. Okay, there are two basic investments coming from the foreign countries, my friend. One is foreign portfolio investment, another is foreign direct investment. In foreign direct investment, my friend, you will have ownership of the company. You can have ownership of the company in which you are investing. Okay, whenever a foreign entity wants to establish a company in India, the money that company is going to spend in India is called as foreign direct investment. Such investments are very important for India to grow economically and also to increase the employment in the country. What happens if your FDI is improving? First, economy will improve. Job creation also happen. Job creation, FDI leads to job creation, infrastructure development and production also. Okay, so in the last from 2000 year to 2024, the India has surpassed $1 trillion of investment in its country by September 2024. Major countries which are investing in India are also to be observed. In India, my friend, FDI, foreign direct investment, is looked after by Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT. Is an organization, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, which will be looking after this FDI in India. Now, which countries are contributing more to our FDI? The top source of FDI towards India, the top country is Mauritius. First is Mauritius. Second is Singapore. Okay, second is Singapore. Singapore contributes to around 24%, around quarter of our FDI. 1/4 of our FDI, that is 25%, comes from Mauritius. The third country which invests in India is USA, around 10%. Fourth country is Netherlands. How much? Around 7%. You see, first three countries itself contribute almost to 60%, 59, almost to 60% of the total FDI comes from these countries. UAE, Cyprus, Germany all contribute around 2%. After Netherlands, Japan and UK contribute by 6 and 5%. Most of this FDI contribution goes and falls into the service sector, my friends. Service, computer software sector, telecommunication and construction sectors are the major sources of attraction for this foreign direct investment. When compared to the statistics of foreign direct investment, let's see, from 2014 to 2024, India has received around $667 billion of FDI, which has 919% rise compared to previous decade. That is, from 2004 to 2013, this growth has surpassed and increased to $667 billion. The major source for these investments are government policies. When government is becoming open, export oriented and also attracting investments by production linked incentive schemes, this has made India to surpass $1 trillion mark in foreign direct investments, my friend. The next important current affair is, recently the term of present RBI governor is about to end. Okay, so a new RBI governor has been announced by the government of India. He is none other than an IAS officer from 1990 batch. He is Sanjay Malhotra. Sanjay Malhotra, an Indian Administrative Service officer of 1990 batch, have served in various positions under the government of India, even worked in the finance department at a secretary level. So who is going to be the new Reserve Bank Governor, my friend, Sanjay Malhotra. My friend, Reserve Bank Governor, RBI Governor is appointed by the Government of India by a search committee recommendation based on the RBI Act 1935. RBI Governor is not a constitution post. Nowhere you will find the name of the RBI Governor in your constitution. RBI Governor post is mentioned under RBI Act 1935. He is being appointed by the Government of India, by the Prime Minister, you can say, not the President, by the recommendations of the search committee. But when RBI Governor wants to resign, he writes it to the President of India. RBI Governor is a very important post because most of our monetary policy, that is policy which is dealing with the flow of cash in the economy, that is how much cash should be there in the economy is dealt by monetary policy by the tools like repo rate, reverse repo rate, cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio. All these are dealt by RBI Governor and his monetary policy committee. So that's why the post of this RBI Governor is important. So tomorrow if someone will ask you who is the new RBI Governor, he is none other than Sanjay Malhotra. Okay, so we'll write few points about this. One, about the RBI Governor, we'll write Reserve Bank Governor, my friend. In general, the term of Reserve Bank Governor is 3 years and can be extended to 2 years. In an overall 5 years, RBI Governor, he is eligible for reappointment. It is not a rule that if you are worked as an RBI Governor now, you will not be given another chance to work as an RBI Governor. You are eligible for reappointment. Next, RBI Governor is appointed under 1935 RBI Act. Okay, under which Act? 1935 RBI Act. What is the term? 3 years in general, can be extended to 2 years. Who appoints the RBI Governor? Government of India. Okay, and one more important point. The RBI Act 1935 does not mention the qualifications. Does not mention the qualifications of a person to be an RBI Governor. Does not mention qualifications of a person to be RBI Governor. The first RBI Governor of India is Smith Osborne or Osborne Smith. Very, very important point. Please write down. Who was the first RBI Governor? Osborne Smith. RBI Governor sign can be seen on every currency except 1 rupee note. Except 1 rupee note. Except all other currency. All currency starting from denomination of 2 rupees, 5 rupees, etc. will contain sign of RBI Governor. Okay, 1 rupee note contains the sign of Finance Secretary. RBI note or 1 rupee note will contain the sign of Finance Secretary from 2 rupees and higher denomination, whose sign will be there? RBI Governor. Who was the first RBI Governor? Osborne Smith. Okay, so RBI Act 1934, small correction, is responsible for the appointment of RBI Governor. Okay, in general his term is 3 years. A search committee, a financial sector regulatory appointment search committee will look after the people who are eligible to be appointed. Then Prime Minister will be appointed. The Governor, very, very important. His term is extendable and is also eligible for reappointment. In general his term is 3 years, but it can be extended by 2 more years, in total 5 years. After that, if the government wants to give a chance, he will be continued to be given the chance to be the governor of Reserve Bank. Next important current affair, my friend. Recently, IPBES, okay, it's an intergovernmental science policy platform on biodiversity, has conducted a conference. This conference has held in Namibia. Let's learn about IPBES because a previous year question has come based upon this concept called Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity. What does this platform do? This platform, my friends, collects all the data with respect to biodiversity and releases that scientific data as reports across the world. These reports are very authentic in nature. It is something like Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, IPCC. You might have heard IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. What does this do? This collects data from various climate-based institutions across the world and reports what that data indicates. In the same way, this organization, Intergovernmental Panel for Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity, will collect all the data related to biodiversity and it starts giving you indications that is biodiversity a threat or is biodiversity protected or not. Okay, so around researchers and scientists from all over the world will come forward voluntarily and contribute their knowledge in this platform. Such a great platform's 11th annual meeting was conducted at Namibia. This organization called IPBES was established in the year 2012. When was Intergovernmental Panel for Biodiversity? Simply I will say it was established in the year 2012. Which year? 2012. It does not do its own research. IPBES never conducts its own research. It only collects data and gives its recommendations, its view on the data which they collected. They never conduct research, my friends. They never conduct. They only collect data. They will say, okay, this is what the data says. That only they will be telling you. So this organization, that is Intergovernmental Platform for Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, Intergovernmental Panel for Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, was established in 2012. Very important. Okay, it does not produce new science or nothing. They only give the original data. Okay, it has released lots of reports previously. Once in 2019, an impact report, and now it has released a new report in its 11th session, which is happening in Namibia. It is called as Nexus report. In this Nexus report, the IPBES platform has given the status of biodiversity on water, in water, on land, and various food health concerns happening because of loss of biodiversity. This has focused on 5 elements: on biodiversity, on availability of water, availability of food, health and climate change. It has said over most of the species are at the threat of extinctions. So let's see few points about this data. There is nothing to explain here. I'll just slide it. You can just pass and write it. Just important is IPBES. Nothing here to discuss, so that's why I have passed it. So we'll go for the next current affair, my friend. That is, Japan and India will be joining their forces to reduce the space traffic or space debris. Space debris, my friend, include those satellites. Space debris includes those satellites which are no longer in use. So they stay in the space, and once do you think if they hit some other satellite, they are going to damage some working satellites? So a lot of technologies have been trying. Under this initiative, Japan and India will be using laser technology to reduce the space debris from their targeted orbit. This is very, very important, my friend, because if one satellite goes and hit, if this is not working and this is working, this not working satellite will go and hit this satellite will go and hit another satellite. A chain reaction will happen and almost all the space ecosystem what we created will be damaged. So it is very important that we are decongesting our orbits. Okay, in science you have studied a lot of orbits: low Earth orbit, high Earth orbit, geosynchronous orbit, geostationary orbit. Geostationary orbit is only one. An orbit which is parallel to equator. Only one orbit is possible. Imagine if only one orbit is there and you are putting lot of satellites in that orbit. At some day there will be no space to put a satellite in that orbit, right? So in order that not to happen, we are now tackling with space debris. Which technology you are using? Laser technology. Which two countries are collaborated in order to decongest our space? That is India and Japan. India and Japan have also collaborated under a different mission called UPSC mission, that is Lunar Polar Exploration Mission, that is to explore the moon. So we have almost come to the end, my friends. We'll have few more current affairs. Just have some patience. So next important current affair, my friend, that Switzerland has taken away the most favored nation status to India. Let's understand the story in basic. Now, what is most favored nation status? What is this exactly? Under the WTO regime, under the World Trade Organization regime, a country can give another country, like India can give another country a most favored nation status. That is nothing but if India is charging 10% of tax with, say, Pakistan, the same percentage of tax should be charged with China also. That is equal taxation for equal people. That is, if you are introducing a country into most favored nation, you will also treat that country equal to your friendly country. Equal to your friendly country. Though here Pakistan and China might not be our friendly countries, I am just giving you an example. So in that way, you will also extend that favorites to that countries also. But here what happened is, with Switzerland, we had a double taxation avoidance agreement in the year 2010, which was amended in that year. What is double taxation avoidance, my friend? Double taxation avoidance is to avoid to be taxed twice. That is, for example, I am an Indian who is earning in Swiss and bringing that money to India. Now Switzerland is taxing me for income tax and India is also charging me for same income. Then it is what? I am taxed twice. Are Switzerland fellow is taxing and you are taxing, then I am going to lose a lot of money. In order to avoid such double taxation, countries enter into an agreement called Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. Under this Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement of 2010, there was a clause saying that India will be charging Switzerland 10% of tax. And this 10% of tax is equal to what India will charge on Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries. Whatever same charge I am putting on those countries, I will put on Switzerland also. But unfortunately, later in the year 2018 and later in the year 2020, two new countries became the member of OECDs. Those include Colombia, okay, and other country is Lithuania, with which India had separate double taxation agreements, where India said we will charge only 5% tax with these two countries. As soon as these two countries became member of OECD, then Switzerland asked, man, in our 2010 agreement, what did you say? You said, I will charge same tax what I am charging for OECD countries. Now these two countries you are charging 5%, for me you are charging 10%. Is it right? According to your rule, what should you do? What I am charging for OECD countries, these two countries are also OECD. These countries you are giving 5% tax, for me you are taking 10% tax. This I cannot agree. Unless or until you agree with my conditions, I am also going to charge you 10% of taxation. So that's why the Switzerland has taken away the advantage what India had with the other countries. That is called as this current affair. From coming year, from January 1st, 2025, India will also be charged 10% of taxation in Switzerland. Hope you understood. Here you can see, first the agreement with Switzerland India had on taxation started in the year 1994, then it was amended in 2000, later it was amended in 2010. In this 2010 there was a clause saying that, okay Switzerland, whatever tax I am going to put on OECD countries, same tax I will also put on you. Then we agreed, okay. But later what happened? Lithuania and Colombia both became members of OECDs, one in 2018, one in 2020. But before they became OECD members, India had an agreement with Colombia and India had an agreement with Lithuania in 2011, where we agreed that 5% only we will be taxing. Now Delhi, it went to the Supreme Court. This case went to the Supreme Court asking that, can India give two different countries two different taxes? Then Supreme Court said, okay. Whatever countries were members of OECD before this August 30, 2010, all countries will be having same 10% taxation. After 2010, whichever countries have joined, they will be having another. Then Switzerland got angry. Who are you to decide saying that before 2010 you will put 10%, after 2010 you will put 5%? I won't agree with your Supreme Court stand, but I want my 5%. If you are not going to give me at 5% tax, let me also put 10% of tax. That's what happened in this case. Okay. So hope you understood. That's what I have written here. The same thing has been written in explanation form. Same thing. That Supreme Court, what did the Supreme Court said, what all happened. Next, what is a double taxation avoidance? I explained you that if you are earning money being an Indian in Switzerland, you might be taxed in both the countries. In order to avoid that double burden of taxation, we will have agreements called double taxation avoidance agreements, DTAAA. Okay. What is most favored nation? I said you, under the WTO regime, most favored nation is if you are giving certain taxation benefits to one country, you will be giving the same taxation benefits to the other country also under the most favored nation agreement. Okay. Exception to most favored nations will be your free trade agreements, because in free trade agreements what happens, taxation is almost zero, negligible or zero, right? In free trade agreements what happened, taxation is zero. Zero or negligible. The free trade agreements and regional free trade agreements are exception to most favored nation. Why, my friends? In most favored nation, what is there? For example, India is taxing UAE at 10%. The same 10% should be taxed under most favored nations regime. The same 10% should be taxed by India on other countries like Singapore, Malaysia, or any other country. The same tax should be charged. But if India wants to have a free trade agreement with Malaysia, then it can go for 0% tax, which is against the rule of MFN. What MFN says, if you are putting 10% tax on UAE, you should put the same 10% tax on Malaysia, and same 10% tax on Thailand, same 10% tax on Bangladesh. The same should be there. That is what MNF. But in free trade agreement is against the principle of most favored nation. So next important current affair, my friend, Science and Heritage Research Initiative. My friends, it has been 5 years since Government of India have launched an initiative called Science and Heritage Research Initiative. Completing of 5 years, our Minister for Science and Technology has given the importance of this initiative. This is balancing our old heritage and our science, and combining our heritage to improve the scientific knowledge from ancient, medieval to modern. Hope you understood. It has how many years it has been since we have launched the Science and Heritage Initiative? That is 5 years. This falls under Ministry of Science and Technology. What does this initiative help you to do? Under this initiative, you are engaging experts from diverse fields to capture and analyze and collaborate to provide valuable technological inputs to address the cultural heritage related issues. Like for example, using carbon dating to understand how old a fossil is, how old a structure is. Such scientific technology using for the development of cultural activities in India. Under which ministry does this Science and Heritage Research Initiative forms? It falls under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Next, very recently, IIT Madras has developed India's first brain image of a fetus. Okay, what is a fetus? When a baby is in the womb of the mother, it is called as a fetus. Now, it is not easy for you to draw a clear three-dimensional picture of fetus itself. But scientists from IIT Madras were able to develop the whole picture of the brain of baby inside the mother's womb. So tomorrow some question will be asked, which IIT have recently developed a three-dimensional picture or image of fetus brain? That is IIT Madras. Okay, please write down which IIT has developed the picture of or 3D picture of the fetal brain. That is IIT Madras. This imaging will help you to understand the diseases that the child could be born, the ailments especially which are related to brain, because many children will born with ailments in the brain. These detections will be able to help and treat the child priorly. So this is the next generation in the imaging, very important. Next important current affair is, my friend, recently IIT Ropar has developed a new Bluetooth device or Bluetooth technology. So we have to learn about that Bluetooth technology. IIT Ropar unveils new Bluetooth system. Who has developed this? In IIT Ropar, Agriculture and Water Technology Development Hub, Awadh, has been developing a Bluetooth low energy technology. So under this Bluetooth low development technology, we were able to transmit signals, and it was also very efficient. Under the National Mission for Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems, NMICPS, we are able to develop a new Bluetooth device. So tomorrow some question will ask you, where did or in which IIT did recently the Bluetooth technology has been developed? It is IIT Ropar. Who developed it? IIT Ropar's Awadh team has developed it. What is the unique quality of this Bluetooth technology? This is a Bluetooth low energy technology. It is feasible to use this device in our modern day equipment. It can transmit the data in real time. It consumes less power. It has more data aggregation capacity. It has a range of up to 1 kilometer. What is the range of this Bluetooth? 1 kilometer. In general, the Bluetooth devices in our phones will be how much? 100 meters. Bluetooth in general is 100 meters. But this Bluetooth low energy gateway developed by IIT Ropar has range of how much? 1 kilometer, which is very useful for you to transmit data at lower distances at faster rate. It has high physical retention capability, that is, it can be used in humidity, it can be used in hot and cold temperatures also, and this might also have higher applications like utilizing in agriculture, soil monitoring and data transmission also. That is one point you have to write. Next, recently Google has unveiled its highly developed quantum chip. That name is Willow. So tomorrow someone will simply ask you, Willow, the term recently seen in news is related to what? Then it is going to be a quantum chip which was developed by Google, my friend. My friends, quantum computers or quantum chips are utilized to solve complex problems in minutes or seconds. This Willow, my friend, it was able to solve one of the most complex problem which could have generally taken 10 to the power of 24 years. For to solve this problem, see, it is not 10 years, 20 years, it is 10 to the power of 24 years. That is, after 10, 24 zeros you have to put. 10 to the power of 24, that is septillion we call it. 10 septillion years it could have taken for a normal computer to solve that problem. That problem is solved by quantum computer in minutes. That is the capability of quantum computing. So what is the advantage? The speed and solution you will get by quantum computing. But one of the disadvantage of quantum computing is there could be large errors in the quantum computing because quantum or qubits are deflected by electromagnetic radiation. So one has to be very careful while using the quantum computing. If small error occurs, it will be looking very big. So what is the advantage? It takes less time. For a problem to be solved in 10 to the power of 24 years, by using quantum technology it will be solved in few minutes. Very important. Next, Poshan Abhiyan. One of the most important initiative of Government of India. Under Poshan Abhiyan, my friends, we are providing cooked meals for children studying from class 1 to class 8 in the government schools. One of the major initiative of Government of India. Okay, Poshan Abhiyan, let's see few points. It was renamed, National Midday Meal Program was renamed as Poshan Abhiyan in the year 2021. Under this initiative called Poshan Abhiyan, Government of India has been providing a cooked meal based upon the nutrition value to the children. Under the Poshan Abhiyan, you will be providing free of cost food from class 1 to class 8 and even to the Balavatikas, that is childhood schools, Anganwadi schools which we call in our states. Okay, first class to 8th class is the classes to which you are providing free food along with Balvatika. Under this initiative, my friend, look carefully, what is the amount of calorie what we are providing. For primary school students, we will be providing 450 calories of food and 12 grams of protein. How much calorie? 450 calorie and 12 grams of protein. For high school children, the calorie is 700 calories and 20 grams of protein. This is what we are providing. This is very important, you have to remember. For primary school 450, high school 700, for primary school 12 grams protein, for high school it is 20 grams of protein. What we are providing under this Poshan Abhiyan started in the year 2021. Though it was previously known as midday meal program. Under that, every day we are going to provide a cooked meal to the children studying from first class to 8th class. This Poshan Abhiyan falls under the Ministry of Education. Okay, this Poshan Abhiyan money, the money given to the people who are serving in the Poshan Abhiyan is based on consumer price index, rural labor. Okay, accordingly, the recently government has increased the amount of contribution or amount of money which is allocated to this Poshan Abhiyan by 13% because of increase in the prices. Next, Prashashan Gaon Ki Aur campaign. What is this, my friend? Prashashan Gaon Ki Aur. This is an initiative where Government of India has been outreaching to the Gram Panchayat so that it is resolving the grievances of the common public. What it is doing? When common public have a lot of grievances, not all the time they can come to the government. So now what government is doing? They are going to the common people and they are registering their complaints online so that those complaints could be resolved properly. That initiative is called as Prashashan Gaon Ki Aur. This initiative is being continuously held for 1 week over the years, okay, where all the government employees go to each and every village in all the states of India and all the grievances will be registered. India has a unique platform called CP Grams. What does CP Grams stand for? Centralized Public Grievance Redressal and Monitoring System. CP Grams is what, my friend? Centralized Public Grievance Redress and Monitoring System, which was launched in the year 2007. Every complaint you put on a government will be registered on this platform and you will get a token where you can process your token and ask what action did you take on my complaint. So this is a transparent grievance redressal system. What is this, my friend? Transparent grievance redressal system. So tomorrow in your ethics or in your governance paper, you have to write the initiatives like Prashashan Gaon Ki Aur are bringing people closer to the government and government closer to the people, where the grievances of people are heard and also they are transparently managed and resolved. Transparently managed and resolved. Very, very important. Okay. So recently, a small India Internet Governance Forum held in Bharata Mandapam of New Delhi. That's what you have to know. So where did India Internet Governance Forum happen in, my friend? In Bharata Mandapam, New Delhi. Under whose ministry this has happened? Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and National Internet Exchange of India. These two have organized a program called India Internet Governance Forum. Under this initiative, this year the theme was Innovating Internet Governance for India. Innovating Internet Governance for India. That is taking the governance to the internet by innovation way is the theme. Under this program, we have focused on the key topics like digital divide, that is taking the knowledge of digital technology to each and every person of India is one of the major agenda under this initiative. Okay, so various countries have even joined, and in this program not much is necessary about this program. Just remember, India Internet Governance Forum happened to be in Bharata Mandapam. Next, Hyperloop technology. The idea of Hyperloop, my friends, was initially given by Elon Musk in 2012. Hyperloop contains a tunnel like this, a tube which is fully vacuum. There is no air in this. You have sucked all the air. This is totally vacuum. In this vacuum pipe, you will have a vehicle to travel in at a higher speeds, almost 500-600 km per hour. Such a high speed transportation system is called as Hyperloop. What is there in Hyperloop? Vacuum. There is no air. Who gave this idea? Elon Musk in 2012. So India was trying to implement this Hyperloop of around 11 kilometers between Mumbai and Gujarat. So in order to implement that Hyperloop, there is a small model which was developed in IIT Madras. So in India, where is first working model of Hyperloop developed? It was developed in IIT Madras. Around a 410 meter of Hyperloop was tested in IIT Madras. So where was India's first Hyperloop test platform established? It was established in IIT Madras. Very, very important. The last current affair, my friend, Eastern Maritime Corridor. Okay, recently India has announced a maritime corridor called Eastern Maritime Corridor to connect the Russia. See, this is the map of Eastern Maritime Corridor. This. You are connecting from Mumbai to Russia, St. Petersburg, and from Chennai to Vladivostok, the Far East Russia. This connecting map is called as Eastern Maritime Corridor. So tomorrow if someone asks you what is Eastern Maritime Corridor, Eastern Maritime Corridor is a proposed project wherein we are connecting the Chennai to Vladivostok in Russia and Mumbai to the St. Petersburg in the same Russia. A project connecting India to Russia is called Eastern Maritime Corridor. Okay, what is this, my friend? Eastern Maritime Corridor. One of the branches of this Eastern Maritime Corridor will pass from Sea of Japan, Sea of China and Malacca Strait. That is this corridor, right? This one you see, it is passing through Strait of Malacca, Sea of China, Sea of Japan and going to the Vladivostok in the Far East Russia. So that's what you have to see. And another branch is going from what? It is going from the, this is what? Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea, and from here, from the above, it is going right. What are the different seas it is going? From the North Sea route, this is going. Okay. So these are the other international projects which are in the news these years. One is India Middle East Corridor. This is how India Middle East Corridor looks like, and the other is this route with which India is planning, International North-South Corridor. So these two routes are also in the news. Hope you will pass them and look at the different maps which were in the news. So my friend, this is the current affairs for the December 2nd and 3rd week, and we will be meeting with the December 4th week. And thank you everyone for listening to our current affairs. Thank you all.